when do we start picking up the information on the roundabout?
As I approach.
As you approach, and where should you be looking as you approach the roundabout?
Right ahead, left ahead, right to left.
So, and so then, why are we doing that? Why are we looking all the way around the roundabout?
Look for a gap to go, isn't it?
Yeah. Okay. And a car coming? So we've got looking to
Roundabout straight.
At the roundabout, I'd like you to go straight ahead. So what we're going to do here at this situation?
Right ahead, left ahead, right.
So this blue car you see is acting as a blocker, and this one's acting as a blocker, so we can continue to go. And we don't have anybody tooting us from behind.
It wasn't the tooting, it was the...
Was he making rude signs at you?
No, I think he's making them at you, actually.
Yeah, probably.
No, he's probably doing them at me, because we took the old place off, didn't we? I'll Google that when I go home and find out what it means. At the roundabout, turning right.
At the roundabout, I'd like you to turn right, please. So why is it important, Tony, that we don't...
So, there's no reason for him to be rude like that, is there?
No, but
It's a bit of patience, isn't it?
But he's probably frustrated because he's probably rushing to a meeting or something and we're delaying him. So he's expecting a roundabout that you're going to keep going. Now,
That's not doing anything dangerous, is it?
Well, you are, because if a car is going to assume that you're going to keep going, and there's a possibility if they're not looking properly, the car behind you is going to go up the back of you.
Ah, right.
Because the traffic expects you to keep going, and if there's no reason for you to stop at the roundabout. If there's no reason for you to stop at the roundabout, then they are going to think you're going to keep going, aren't they? Just remind me then, Tony, on that road positioning, your road positioning was quite close to the left there. Why shouldn't you get close to the left-hand side when you're driving?
Oh, you said I might hit the curb, didn't you?
You might, yeah. And what reference points are you going to use now to help you from hitting?
I did find looking at the door mirrors quite helpful.
Okay.
I got a bit confused with the reference points.
Yeah. Did we use that reference point here to give you a metre away from
Yeah, there's one there and there's one there now, isn't it?
Yes.
And I was just doing my head in, really.
Okay. Well, if you use this one, this will help you to keep a metre from the curb.
It's not always a metre from the curb, is it?
No, if you've got a narrower road,
And turning right.
I'd like you to take the next turning on the road, on the right. It's not going to be a metre, so that's when you're going to use that reference point from. Oh no, this isn't going to work. So what will help is using the lines, the white lines on the right and on the left will help you to find the distance, find the point on the road. And also you can use what's called tram lines on the road. So where the darker, where the tyres actually run on the road, you can actually pick up what's called the tram line. So looking ahead now, you can see where the road's worn from the tyres. If you use those, that will help you also to get the right position on the road.
Roundabout straight.
Roundabout, I'd like you to go straight ahead, please.
and we're going to take the next road on the right.
I'd like you to take the next turning on the road.
And then you just get me to go forward into the second lot of parking bays on the left.
I'd like you to go into the second lot of parking bays on the left, please.
And I did, and am I going to be getting a new car next week?
Yes, if you do what I've asked you to do. So just remind me then, Tony, on approach to a roundabout, is it necessary for us to stop at the roundabout?
Not always, no.
No, and if we stop at the roundabout, what was going to happen? What the cars behind us going to do?
Toot the horn and give me funny signals.
Yeah, and what else might they do if they're not concentrating?
Run back to me.
Okay. And why is it important that we make sure that we keep away and don't get too close to the left-hand side?
Oh, I meant the curb on you.
Yeah, okay. And what reference points can we use to prevent ourselves from not to help us get the right road position?
No, I found that by looking in both the door mirrors, it was quite useful.
Okay.
Right, let's have a relax a minute. Right, let's take it back from the beginning. Yeah, the first error I made was not getting the gear, yeah? Yeah, you sorted that one out quite well. The next error I made then was going down the side road, 30-mile-an-hour speed limit. It was way too fast, yeah?
And I said stop rather than ease off the gas more.
No, you said an awful lot, didn't you? That should be the first thing you should say.
Slow down. I want you to be doing
15 mile an hour now, yeah?
now. Yeah. Okay.
Diffuse the situation, make it safe.
Right. Yeah.
Took a long time to do that.
It did.
I was just about to slow down myself. Because it didn't know that was going to happen, yeah? Yeah, and then I was driving pretty much in the gutter. And in the end I had to tell you I was in the gutter, didn't I?
You did, but you know that what is that reference point? When
Well, let's forget the reference point.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to run through the lesson in my head, yeah? Yeah, why was I in the gutter for so long?
Because I hadn't told you to get out of the gutter.
Yeah. I was really having to use all my ability not to clip the curb there, yeah? Especially in a day like today. Yeah, and then it didn't matter what you'd have told me on the move, I would have gone back in again anyway. Because you never found out from me that I know the consequences.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah. All right.
Until eventually, yeah? Yeah, I hadn't got a clue. Obviously, I knew where you were going with the reference point to begin with. But when you started going with the reference point for the centre of the road, I didn't have a clue where you were going there.
I thought last week you told me that the middle of the road, don't take your hands off the steering wheel and follow the line in to the car, and where does that line cut in? So I've obviously misunderstood that.
It's the edge of the curb, isn't it?
Right, okay, I've misunderstood that. So edge of the curb and follow it in. Now if the road is wider, narrower, what should I have used there? Because I've told you about the mirrors.
Yeah, I was actually quite happy with the mirrors, really, to be honest with you. I actually got it on that. I said to you, that really helps.
So when you came back at me and said it doesn't always apply if I'm a metre away from the curb, that doesn't always apply. So then I should have just come back to you and said, would you use the mirrors like we've talked about? Is that what I should have done?
When you gave me the mirrors originally, I actually said to you, yeah. Eventually, when you explained it properly, I actually got it, yeah.
And then should I have said something on the lines of you can use that regardless of the width of the road, or?
Well, you need to be careful with your instructions, didn't you? You were talking about looking in the mirrors, and you didn't actually mention the white line in the middle of the road and the edge of the curb. You were just talking about skirting around it.
Well, my concern was because we had chevrons all the way down that road, so I didn't think I could do it until I got a long straight line.
Yeah, I had the white line there, didn't I? But I eventually pushed you on that and you made it clear. And I said to you, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, I got it on that one. You probably didn't really go any further with that.
But then you said if the road isn't,
But then I would have gone back in anyway, yeah? Because you never found out from me that I know the dangers of driving in the gutter,
yeah, okay.
which you should have done.
Yeah, eventually said
Yeah.
that, yeah, but
Yeah,
yeah,
so-
okay, yeah, fair enough.
after I went back in again. And then I came up to the roundabout, and I couldn't play around the first couple of roundabouts because the vehicles behind me were just too fast, yeah?
Mhm.
But I came up to the that one and
I'll let you come up and stop. Yeah.
well, no, you let me stop, you let me sit there.
Yeah.
Why did you not get me moving?
Okay. Keep moving, Tony.
Well, why didn't you get me moving?
You know, I should have just said to you, there's nothing coming from the right. Let's move. Or
Yeah, I must have sat there for nearly well over 30 seconds.
Okay.
And he had just come up behind me, but you could see the road was clear, and he tooted the horn.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so you should have come in and just kept me going there.
But I'm not defending myself here. Do I need to let you show me that you're not doing it properly? Because or do I assume that you're going to do it anyway? So on approach to the roundabout.
Oh, could you be proactive?
Yeah. So be proactive and say what are you going to do on approach to this
Well, where am I
roundabout?
looking? When am I going to start looking?
Yeah. Okay.
Am I going to stop or am I going to go? Am I going to go in front of that blue car or
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
be proactive? Yeah, and a couple of occasions you were pretty much. I made a comment about how long you've been driving. You haven't compared to how long I've been driving, because you were actually treating me a bit like a learning driver, weren't you?
Right. Okay.
You were starting to tell me everything, weren't you?
Okay.
You were starting to tell me to move, when to get my gear. Yeah, it was 4 or 5 car lengths back from those lads, wasn't it? Most experienced drivers wouldn't be sitting with the foot in the clutch and with the car in gear. With 20 years of experience, I'd have no problem with getting that gear, wouldn't I?
Yeah. Okay.
Even my learners, if there were 4 or 5 cars back, I'd let them put the handbrake on and rest their feet.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so you...
At the lights. Yeah.
Yeah, remember what level I'm at. But it was going slightly wrong at the beginning when I gave you the word picture. And I said to you, try and pick the bones out of the word picture a bit.
Yeah.
You didn't, though, did you? Until I steered you in the right direction. I had to ask you, what would you do if you met somebody for the first time, total stranger, which I am to you today, haven't I? And I've been driving, I passed my test 20 years ago.
Yeah, so then I should have found out if you'd been driving or whether you'd just passed your test 20
A bit
years
late
ago.
as I shoot down the road all over the place to find out that
Yeah.
I haven't driven since the day I passed my test 20
Yeah.
years ago, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you needed to find out, didn't you? How often I drive.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm not going to tell you what my problems are with the subject.
Yeah.
You can ask me questions on the subject.
You shouldn't have-
I'll probably know the theory side of it and give you the questions. They'll give you the answers.
Yeah.
But in the end, it is a test of instruction ability. And in real life, your students could be making these errors and they wouldn't know their errors.
Yeah. Okay.
That make sense?
Yeah. No, it does.
Yeah?
So I need to listen carefully to the word picture because I just made the assumption about the car and you haven't told me that it's the same car, so that was a
I
grave
did.
miss.
I did. I told you why.
You did, but you went a little bit further in. I didn't ask you the question.
Well, you never asked me the question about... I gave you the word picture that I passed my test 20 years ago and I got a driving assessment coming up. And if I pass the driving assessment, I get a company car, yeah?
Yeah. So then I need to find out, have you got any concerns or worries about your driving assessment? Would that mean where I should have gone with that?
Well, no, that's where you did go with it. You need to find out from me, when is the last time I drove? How often do I drive?
Right, yeah. Okay.
And then when you eventually did get there, I did tell you that I drive my wife's car to work every morning, and she comes back in the evening and picks me up, and I drive her home again, and she has got the same car as you, yeah? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
there was no problem with the controls on, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Well, obviously I wasn't going to give that away because I wanted you to make sure with the full license holder that you don't just assume.
Yeah. Okay.
And then with the full license holder, it's really important that you treat me with the respect that
That you've
you
been
know,
driving for 20
yeah.
years. Yeah.
and this is the only lesson I'm going to get to sort any problems out.
Mm-hmm.
Otherwise, I'm not going to get this new company car, am I?
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously, the assessor, the same as the driving examiner, is not going to tell me, oh, slip into gear now. Just stick a subject. Very similar to a phase 2 subject. But things that are on subject, be proactive and just try and get inside my head with questions, and then you'll have an idea what I know before I get there, won't you?
Mm-hmm.
Rather than we get to a roundabout and actually come to a stop and then find out that I stop at every roundabout.
Yeah. Okay.
Make sense?
Mm.
Well, I get that, pause.